everyone, this is your girl SolieSims and we are doing another speed build video for the new LP that I will be starting called Whispering Willows. I'm so excited for it. It is based in Henford and Bagley. I almost said Cottage Living. It's based in Henford and Bagley and it revolves around this sim that I haven't created yet, but I will. It's actually going to be my next build video, cast video, whichever you want to call it, because I'm going to do both anyway. I'm going to share it. The house changes. I first want to say the house changes a lot, but the persons living here, this is Honeyfields Dairy Farm, and I will put up a picture of Agatha and Christie, who both live here and work on the farm. So their story, of course, I have already said in the CreatorSim video, which I will link in the top corner of the screen, but I will go ahead and I will say it again. But first, let me just tell you guys, roofing is not my very best strong point, and I changed the roof a lot in this. You guys will see whilst it transitions through, as well as the style of the house a bit. I changed it quite a bit, and also yeah, the style of it, basically. That's it. And another thing I want to say is that because of the time constraints that I have been going through, and it has been a lot actually, because of just so many things going on in my personal life. I've started school, and you know, I have the family thing going on. It's just been so hectic, so I cut off some of the footage. Rather, I did not record like most of the landscaping, etc., and I just showed you guys the key points of what it is that I did, and then I moved on to do something else. So you will see as it transitions, and yeah, I'm sorry for that. It also helped cut on the length of the video as well, because otherwise it would have been like super long, and I just have so much not enough time. Literally, I did it in like 30-minute sittings, or where I could I went a little bit longer. I think only in finishing the house was I able to sit and finish the whole house in one go. Like as you can see here, it just transitioned into another part of the build, but that is because that's another day has passed since I started doing this, and I messed around a lot, guys, with this, just trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. So let me just give you a quick rundown on who Christie and Agatha are. So Christie is an adult. She's an older adult. Her hair is already starting to go a little bit gray, but that's not to say that, you know, she's like super close to being an elder. And her mom, of course, who is an elder as well. Well, not as well, just is an elder. The dad is no longer in the picture. The dad, yeah, he's not there. He is not there. His name was Reginald, or is Reginald, because he's not deceased or anything like that. So Christie started college, but she never finished her course, and she's just obsessed with vintage dresses. As you will see, it will be featured in her bedroom. She's currently single, and she's quite rude actually to most people. And her most recent romance was with a novelist named Taylor Bryson Eddy, and he was about 7 years older than her, or so about. And they broke up because Taylor wanted somebody more intellectual. It was just very difficult to have a proper conversation with her, simply because she's just, you will see as I continue describing that her personality, she's just a little bit petty. She likes to just do weird things. Anyway, you will see, like I said. So they broke up because he wanted somebody more intellectual, and one of Christie's good friend is a horticulturist named Heath Sutherland. Again, I have created his video and I will link it at the top as well. And they have a fiery friendship. It's off and on. Because of, again, her rudeness, her mouth, oh my gosh, she just goes off. She also has this online friend, and I did this in inverted commas, named Lauren Drew, and she enjoys spreading fake news on social media with this Lauren person. So her hobbies are listening to music, spreading fake news on social media, fishing, and upcycling basically, and she loves ice cream and pizza. So we're going to go ahead and speak towards the mom, who is Agatha, and she is so considerate and she is so stable, but she can be very stingy and just a little bit standoffish. So we kind of get an idea of where Christie gets that kind of behavior, you know, the rudeness from and stuff. So I guess she's feeding off of her mom just a little bit. And the reason for the reason for Agatha being this way, we will see later on when I continue going down the description of, you know, what formed their lives to be what it is. So physically, Agatha is not in great shape. She has a heart condition. She's already a little bit overweight, so she needs to lose that weight. She needs to try to focus on other things and just try to calm herself down, etc. Which is why one of her traits is actually a calm trait, which is awesome. She's been working on that a lot. Her hobbies are going to the movies, anything sports related, which she can't do right now anymore. I mean, not just because she's an elder, but because of her condition. And playing card games and just a lot of meditation, which I did not include anything for meditation in the house when I was decorating it. But I wanna have to go back in to fully play test it, which I started to, but I didn't, and I didn't want to stop playing this family, guys, but they're not my main family. But the interaction is so lovely, it's just crazy. So her favorite foods are cheese and crackers and butternut squash soup. And they do have two cats called Mia and Tiger. Of course, Mia is a female and Tiger is a male. So Christie looks after her mom and the farm, and as a result, she's grown into a heavy-set, muscled woman, and she lives on the dairy farm with her mom and their two cats. There is nothing that she can't do really when it comes to taking care of the farm. She does almost everything and all the repairs and everything. So Agatha used to live in Sulani, and she moved to Henford to be with her ex-husband rather, Reginald Baker, on the farm. And years passed, they were so happy, etc. And then Agatha announced that she was pregnant. And Reginald, he just didn't want to have children, so he left his family. He literally just up and left. Now, the farm wasn't as prosperous as it was now. It was like a little bit rundown space. So yeah, he left the family, and the place was rugged and broken down, but through a lot of hard work, Agatha managed to save up enough cash to slowly fix up the house, and now it's a thriving dairy farm. They only had this one, they had this one cow, which was a little bit older, and it was just, she started milking every day and just walking around giving trying to sell her milk, etc., until it got into such a big booming business, and there was an increase in request for milk, so she was able to eventually get more cows, and you know, so the story goes. Anyway, so now it's up to date. Christie discovered that you can shave llamas for their wool and sell it. You can get dyed wool, etc. So she wants to go into this, and she explained her idea to her mother, but Agatha just disagreed. She feels that the farm is perfect as it is. It's a dairy farm. They've been working towards that, and it has been so successful. It has been what's been feeding their family and making them what they are today, that she just doesn't think this venture into wool making is a good idea. So as you will see, I actually put one of the barns on its own, and the cow in there is called Gertrude, and she cannot be around other animals because of her personality. She's just like so crazy, bad behaved. I should say, that's what it is. And right next to where old Gertrude is, there's an empty paddock where we have the space that Christie is talking to her mom about, quite possibly to build the llama shed, where she's hopeful that her mom will eventually agree, but we don't know yet if she will go ahead and agree to putting in another cow shed, because I mean, she practically runs the place now, the business end of it, and while her mom still helps, she's not as active, you know. So we don't know yet if she will go ahead and continue with the barn, the cow shed, or if she will go ahead and just do her own thing and decide that she wants to put in the llama shed, and will that affect the relationship that she has with her mom when she decides to do that. Right where the truck is this pre-made, it's just the house here is just I put it in like a makeshift storage shed, and it's a preset for a preset build in the game, and I just added my own doors to it, etc., and make it look like she could have just walked through the front or the back, whatever, to get access into the larger I don't know, what do you call the space where you have, is it like a stable, you would say, or is the stable just for horses? I don't know. Well, anyway, so we're moving on into the inside, and for the most part I already did the layout on the inside. So you go through, there's this little opening where you can go in and hang up your coats, etc., and you open straight into the living room, and to the right of it is well, straight through that space is where you'd go out onto the balcony or the patio or the deck, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, before you go out to the side yard. And then through the left side is like a flex room. I kind of decided I wanted to be a flex space, I should say, and we'll come back to that later on. And then the kitchen and the hallway leads down into the bathroom, as well as the 2 bedrooms. So it's a fairly small cottage, but I would like to think that they've added onto it as they have grown, which is why it's just a little bit bigger, because remember, this was a very tiny space. Now, I use a lot of CC when I was decorating, and quite possibly even in the landscaping as well. I use a lot of CC, but the main CC creators that I used were stuff from Harry and Felix, and I used some from Peacemaker as well. I use a lot of Ravishing. I think I said that right. I use a lot of her stuff as well. So I can't even say, well, I will try to link everything in the description box, but of course, I'm not even sure yet if I'm going to be putting this particular house on the gallery or any of the houses, but you let me know, guys. If you're interested in it, I can put it up on the gallery, and you guys will just have to grab the CC to get it. It's totally up to you. And I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to put there, because initially I really wanted to put like a bench, like another seating area here, and then I just couldn't find the layout that I wanted in the kitchen, although I was so excited to do the kitchen because I had an idea of what it is that I wanted to do. That trick with the mirror on the wall, oh my gosh, I was supposed to speak about it whilst it was being done. I will double check to see who it was. There was this creator who showed that trick. I can't remember who it was, but I will go back and check, and then I'll put it across the top of the screen, because that's a pretty unique trick and I absolutely loved it, and I thought that it was brilliant, and I needed to incorporate it into my gameplay as well. Yeah, so basically that was it. The kitchen is pretty cozy and small, but it is fully functional. I had them come in to play, test it with the cats getting up and down everywhere, and I tried. The cats just kept leaping onto the counter. Is there something that I can do? Do I just scold them? And why is the scolding under the main interaction? So when I was play testing, I was trying to figure out how I can get them to stop jumping up onto the counter. It drove me absolutely crazy, because I can't even imagine my cat, when I had one, ever getting on the counter to take anything. I just anyway, so they just kept jumping up there, and it was driving me crazy. So this small space, and this is a portrait from Ravishing as well, where it takes the family, and you can put it in there, and you can choose what type of what type of pose and what type of outfit I think you want the family to be in. I don't leave it there. I actually change things around quite a bit in the space. And I will say this, I think as much as I wanted to decorate the house, and I had a fairly good idea of what I wanted to do in the kitchen, and believe me, as fast as the kitchen scene passed, I spent maybe almost 2 hours trying to figure out what I wanted to do in the kitchen. I kept stopping, coming back. The living room space, like I felt like I did not fully prepare myself to decorate the space, so I wasn't happy with a lot of the things that I chose, and how I decided to do it. You will find and you will see even in the screenshots that some of the things have changed from where it was when I initially posted it, and well, I initially put it, sorry, and then some of the things are just completely different. Like the living room, I completely changed around the curtains, the wallpaper, etc. Just everything I changed around the space just a little bit, just because it wasn't coming together the way I wanted it to come together, and it was driving me just crazy. I needed to redo it to make me happy with the space that I was in. So I figure what I'm going to do from now on, especially as my time is so limited, with me being so busy and just having to try to figure out what I'm going to put where, etc. I may very well just pull out the items. So then probably the next build that I do, you will see like a whole bunch of random items inside, and I'm trying to place them everywhere. And I will apologize for that if that's not the type of build, speed builds that you enjoy, but just for time issues and just this build, I mean, it dragged on. Maybe 2 to 3 weeks I was working on this. I don't think it was maybe 3, but for a while, at least 2 weeks, trying to get it up and out. Like, it's just been so crazy, you know. Anyway, as you can see, I changed I changed the wallpaper. I do change the color of the door. I changed the curtains, and I was just trying to find a cozy space in this house. I feel that I did not accomplish it. Honestly, guys, I feel that I did not accomplish it with the living room, but I really wanted like a type of cozy kitchen, cozy living room feel, and I think that I failed. I honestly think that I failed it in my head with what I wanted it to be and what it was. I added a little bit more cushions and throw pillows, both from I think someone from Ravishing again, Harry, and quite possibly Peacemaker as well. Just to fill up the space and make the chairs look just a little bit more inviting and stuff. I didn't want everything to be new and modern looking because this is an older farm. I actually wanted to add a few more things to make it, you know, more full of clutter. But guys, let's be honest here, I'm just not that very great at cluttering in the game. but I feel I always want to try to clutter, and then I always go for a cleaner look with clutter. But it's never like overly cluttered. I'm just rambling on now. But yeah, basically that was it. And then trying to figure out the space for the kittens. Well, not the kittens, the cats. They're big. They just have like this whole portion of the living room just dedicated for them. And of course, Agatha and Christie totally love their cats, Mia and Tiger. There's actually a space outside. There are 2 spaces outside that are made to incorporate just playtime for them, other than the space at the back where the cats can where they go to wash, etc. I did make that little walkway just behind the faux shed. Where they can sit, and there's a toy box out there, and there's a drink tray actually, and then there's toys just scattered all around, but you will see it in the pictures. There's toy stuff just scattered all around as well, and the backyard as well. I think you will get to see that I didn't decorate it online, but on recording, but you will get to see it in the pictures anyway. Now this is Agatha's room, not Agatha, Christie's room, and she likes vintage stuff, like I said in the beginning. So there are some individual clothing pieces from the dream house decorator that Ravishing actually separated. So I did a section over there on the other side where I made it so that she has this vintage looking wardrobe, and she has some of the vintage clothing hanging up that she sometimes wears, but very rarely that she does it. And yeah, so I made the space just a little bit of a cozy feel for her, and I didn't overly put in too many bright lights. I feel that sometimes, like the bedroom, I always feel like the bedroom shouldn't be too overly lit, because that's my personal preference. I like morning sunlight to come in to wake me up in the morning, and then for the rest of the day just have that natural light, and then at night I don't need that much light because my room is not, you know, I don't need that much light. Why do I need it to be like super bright? Anyway, neither here nor there. But this is Agatha's room, and it's more traditional, I guess you could say, more leaning towards farmhouse. I wanted to add some more pictures of the family, and I will add it when I go back in to actually do the gameplay. I just want to put up some of their own personal pictures up, not just of themselves but of their cats as well. And Agatha just has like a simple space. She's very clean, very neat, very I guess that's part of her calming personality. She needs a clean open space, and maybe that's why too Christie doesn't really want to anger her mother in regards to what she wants to do with the llamas, because she doesn't want to get her mother more annoyed than that is necessary and stuff. So yeah, so basically that is it. And we jump, oh, there's big space here, I need to sort out. And we jump into the back area, and for some reason I just love that back porch. I absolutely adore it. I really do. So I put like this big space for them to have entertaining, and they do have a more entertaining seating, like at the lunch picnic table. I'm jumping all over my words. There's a picnic table outside as well, but as you can see, I put this particular one here for if they have a larger group of people that they're entertaining, and basically that was it. So guys, I spoke really fast through the last bit of this, I know, because the thing just kept jumping all over the place, and yeah, basically that's why. But we're approaching the screenshots. I hope you enjoy it. I think the lighting for morning, as you can see here, is utterly gorgeous. So anyways guys, I will see you again in the next video. Bye.